This exam application tutorial is on the Group 1 alkali metals. The question for 6 marks: compare the reactions of potassium and sodium in water. In other words, in what ways are these reactions similar in terms of what you would see and what is produced, and how are they different? So let's look at the reactions first. You can see here we have sodium, and we can see it's floating on water. You can also see that it turned the universal indicator purple, and you can see a gas being produced, and it's melted, it's formed a molten ball of metal. Now here's potassium, and we put it in. It also turns the universal indicator purple, although you can't see it here. Lots of gas produced, very quick reaction. You can see a flame there. Doesn't look it, but it is a purple, a lilac flame. Loads of hydrogen being produced there. So firstly, what do they have in common? Well, both metals float on water as they have a low density. Now that's explaining it. You don't have to explain it, but again, makes you look like you know what you're talking about. Both metals produce hydrogen, but potassium produces more hydrogen. You saw that. You can see it here, loads of hydrogen gas. Both metals turn universal indicator purple, and that indicates that an alkali is being produced. Both metals melt in water, indicating they have a low melting point. Again, you don't have to write these bracketed things, but it just, again, makes it look like you know what you're talking about. Both produce metal hydroxides. You could be more specific and say sodium produces sodium hydroxide, potassium produces potassium hydroxide. Potassium reacts faster or more vigorously, so it's a more aggressive reaction. And potassium burns with a lilac flame. Sometimes sodium burns with a yellowy orange flame, but it's often hard to see in a school lab. You could write that down though. So once again, you wouldn't have to write all of this down to get the 6 marks, but this would definitely get you the 6 marks because it's a very complete answer. I've talked about what they both do, and I've also talked about how they are different.